Good Wednesday morning, everybody. I have a 15-year-old today. Zoe's birthday is today. 15 years ago today at around, I think it was 8:46, I believe, is when she was born. Was scheduled for 8, and then we got back there, and 8:30 stuff started happening, and then by 8:46, she was screaming her little full red-headed self off. Cgriller Stacker, we're not saying hello yet, but I want to tell you thank you for the video. Zoe loved it. I loved it. It was awesome. Thank you very much, sir. Really, really appreciate that. You're an awesome guy. How you feeling this morning, Bass Man?
Present.
Yeah. He's here.
I'm here.
We didn't know if Mr. Kevin was going to be able to make it this morning or not. That's why I put his name in the title instead of just, Tiny Bass Man like I do when we know Mr. Kevin's not going to be here. Mr. Kevin is headed to the Pan Show in Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania Association of Numismatists show, the 17th through the 19th. So if anybody's around the Pennsylvania or Ohio area that's close to where the Pan Show is going to be and wants to meet up with Mr. Kevin, that is where he is going to be. And I see Gold Aztec speaking some dirty words down there, saying "Go Dodgers." No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, technically it was "Go Phillies," but you got to get to the playoffs for that to count.
Right? Hey, let's see.
Yeah, I had no doubt in my mind Phillies was going to make it, and they didn't.
Yep. Yesterday they played the Cleveland Guardians. The Yankees did, and beat them 6-3. And New York leads 2-0. I believe it's going to be the Yankees and the Dodgers in the World Series, as Mr. Kevin also thought. Then I hope my boys prevail, but if not, the Dodgers, hey, just as good. I'm not a Dodgers fan, but they did have a good coach in Don Mattingly there for a while. Then they let Mattingly go unceremoniously. But Shohei Ohtani is now on the Dodgers, and I like Shohei Ohtani. I'm a big fan of the Yankees, as a lot of people know. But there's also players that I follow, and Shohei Ohtani is one of them. I'm not a fan of the Dodgers per se, but they got a lot better when Shohei Ohtani came on, and he's part of the 50-50 club. I mean, you can't knock him for that. If a man can pitch from the bump and hit over the bump, it's a good player. Haven't seen one of them in a pretty good while. So let's go ahead and say hello to the fine folks in here this morning.
And he steals bases.
Yeah, 50-50, 50 bases, 50 home runs. Can't beat that. I think he ended up with what, 54? Something, maybe? No, maybe that was.
He steals a lot of bases.
Yep. He can move, man. He can move.
He got
Compton. Huh?
I said he got thrown out the other day trying, but
yeah. Compton, member of the channel, saying first, ha ha ha. He's probably not here now because he works day shift now.
Yeah.
Them jobs will get you. Good morning, Compton. Cgriller Stacker. Good morning. Just another Wednesday or not. Happy birthday, Zoe. Zoe Strong. Got the cupcakes and the cake and the party favors and the balloons and the presents and little smiley face with the birthday cap on. I like it. Thank you, sir. Go over check out Cgriller Stacker's channel. Had a video this morning, about 8 hours ago now. Was happy birthday to Zoey and some cool information about what Benji would buy now versus back in 2009 and older and further back. So that was a really cool video. I liked it. Miss Amy Harrell, moderator and channel member. Good morning, Cgriller, she says. Good morning, Miss Amy. Bassman, moderator extraordinaire. Gold Aztec, good morning, sir. Good to see you, buddy. Passing the coffee. Say morning, Tiny and Bassman. Passing the coffee and the fist bump. I like it. Let's see. Speaking of a good channel, the best numismatic news and information channel on YouTube right there, folks. Silver Wolverine. So if you're not subscribed, you should be, because Silver Wolverine puts out some great videos. Put out a video. Was it yesterday or the day before about the floating hair metal that was coming out? So very informative video. We got Gold Aztec saying, Tiny hoping for Yankees versus Dodgers World Series. I'm with you, sir. Coin Stuff I Like, member of the channel. Good morning, friends, and happy birthday, Zoey. Thank you. Zoey wanted to be here, but doctor's appointment. Yeah, she's on her way home now, and it'll take about an hour and 20 minutes for him to get home. And they called about 10:45, so she's just going to miss the show, unfortunately. She wanted to come in and say hello to everybody and thank everybody for their happy birthdays and stuff. Coin Stuff I Like also has a good channel. Go over and check him out. Very informative channel. Had a video out yesterday, the day before. My days get mixed up. But he's a very informative channel. You need to go over and check him out as well. Yo fan. Good morning, my friends. Good morning, Yo fan. Silvery saying go Mets. SF Kim Rush would like to hear that. Let's see. Yo fan saying happy birthday to Zoey. Thank you, sir. Happy birthday, Zoey. Good morning, Tiny and Bassman. It says Bandit Jones, member of the channel. Good morning, Bandit Jones. Sorry about that. Bandit Jones sent me an email this morning for Zoey. And she was very appreciative of the prayers. Very, very appreciative. I am not a Yankees fan, but I'll always root for them against the Dodgers, says Coin Stuff I Like. I like it. Wolvie, I did pick up one. Had to wait about 15 minutes on drop day. I also picked up the 2024 Star Privy MS70 NGC Era label. Nice. Those are some nice ones. I like it. I was checking that out this morning, Coin Stuff I Like. Flowing hair metal is still in adds to bag. Here in about 50 minutes, those will be gone within 3 or 4 minutes. I just about guarantee it. Compton is still here. Good morning, sir. Good to see you, buddy. Bassman put up Silver Wolverine's link. Follow that link right there to the best numismatic news and information channel. By far the best. It's not just my opinion. It's a lot of people's opinion. Yeah, there's a good question. Wolverine, did you get the Star Privy yet? Alrighty, Cgriller Stacker. Sorry to cut this short, but got to go. Just wanted to wish Zoey happy birthday, Zoey Strong. If you're still here, sir, tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on our channel, there will be a dueling scopes. We are going to be looking through some quarters that Mr. Wiles Palladino, or Coin Stuff I Like, sent us. So we will be looking through those for specimen coins, all around good grades, and anything else that may catch our eye. So I might as well go ahead and show you guys what we'll be going through this evening. We will be going through the Kentucky Philadelphia State Quarters. Here's the bag. Mr. Coin Stuff I Like bought a bag at a dealer and sent half of them to myself and half of them to Bassman. And what else he sent us is pretty cool. You folks remember back in the 90s, some of you remember this, some of you won't. Carson City, they made some Carson City reproduction bags that looked like the old Carson City bags. Thick canvas and just happened to look like the Carson City, Nevada U.S. Mint bags. That's what our quarters came in. And like I said, these are from the mint bag, so there's not a lot of errors as such, but there are chips. And Bassman's looking for a toner.
Yep, got a toner.
He wants to be a horse of a different color.
Yeah, I want a toner so it can be a horse, because there's a horse right in the middle of the coin.
Yeah, right there. And it's not going to focus because it can see me. But anyway.
See you in the background.
Yeah. Not going to work.
No.
But you can see the shine on that rim. I mean, these are amazing condition. Hey, look, it focused on old George there. So I'll flip her over there, and it's not going to focus on the reverse now. So I'll just gently put it back down in the bag. Thank you again, Coin Stuff I Like, for these amazing quarters.
I posted the link there to the dueling scopes tonight.
Nice. It's already up and ready to be went in, and or copy the link and then you can put it in later when it's time. But it'll show up in your feed whenever we get ready to go live. We'll be going live, like I said, like it says right there, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So hopefully I'll see some of you folks over there. It's not the most popular hour, but we have fun. And it's worth the price of admission just to hear me and Bassman badmouth each other. I mean, it really is. Because everything he gets is machine doubling.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly right. Silver Wolverine got the star privy, but he did not get a 70 though. Smart man. It's not always about the 70. It's like me and Zoey. If me and Zoey go after a coin, if I trade for a coin for me or Zoey, or like we come across a Benji that we could pick up for Zoey, or somebody sends Zoey a Benji, we're not graders. We don't send coins in for grading. What we are after, or we are after an example of the coin. Like this drummer boy, that Coin Stuff I Like sent me. It's in great shape. Not perfect because it's out of pocket change. You know, he didn't forget to check his pocket change. But it's a drummer boy. I keep every drummer boy no matter the condition. I mean, if it's almost slick, if I can see that drummer boy and I can see that date, I keep it. Well, even if I can't read the whole thing, but I can tell it's a drummer boy, I keep it. Because I'm one of those collectors that wants an example of the coin. It doesn't matter the grade. It doesn't matter
Right.
the condition. I just want just want one of the coins in that year and in that preview mark. I mean, and there's a lot of collectors like that. So I mean, it's not always about the best coin you can get. It's having the coin that you want. I like that. Mr. Bill Driscoll saying good morning, everyone. And then he says, happy birthday, Zoey. Nice. Thank you, sir.
I received a coin yesterday through the mail. It was sent from Joe Durbin's auction to me. The coin had been gifted to me by Yoke Band. And I got it yesterday. It's a proof something, a 1995
$2
or £2 note, or
yeah, £2
note, £2 coin, and it's real thick, got edge writing, into the indentions around the side of the coin, and it says 95 or 1995 and peace and something else and 1940 something. Can't remember if it's right here, but I can't see it.
Right. Oh, we will coin stuff. We keep everything. We're hoarders. I keep the letters that people send in with the stuff. I save everything but the packaging, because the packaging would add up real quick.
And it's in one of my favorite types of holders. Those that divide down the middle, fold in the middle.
Yeah, oh yeah. Bassman loves those. Send all those to Bassman that you can.
Yeah.
I mean, put a coin in them before you send them to him, but send them to him. He likes them a lot.
It says 1945, and then it looks like in peace, goodwill.
Nice.
And then 1995. And then there's some kind of a little symbol there, but I don't know what it is. But it's a very thick coin, has the queen on one side, and has a very large dove.
The chubby dove.
The chubby dove, yes.
It's a good design, though. I really like it.
Yes, it is. It's cool.
Yeah, it's a very, very pretty coin. I seen that come up right as I had to go that night because I was on the Durbin auction. Speaking of Durbin auction, tonight at 7 p.m. Central, there will be a Durbin auction. Guaranteed to have a good time. Guaranteed to have a lot of amazing items. They usually have around 32 to 34, and my camera is flashing, and I don't know why. It better not go out. That would piss me off. Sorry.
And you'll get to see a dog.
And you'll get to see a dog.
If you go to the Durbin auction.
Yeah.
The dog comes in.
Cute little German Shepherd pup.
I forgot her name. But it's like
I want to say
Biddy.
I want to say Biddy. Yeah. Maisie. Is it Maisie? No, it's not Maisie.
No, I think it's Biddy or something like that.
Yeah. I knew it because I showed her to Zoey, and Zoey Absolutely loves animals, especially dogs. She's got a shirt that says, "I'm here to pet all the dogs."
I like the Basset. I think it's a Basset Hound in the picture on
Cgriller Stacker.
Cgriller Stacker's thing last or yesterday. It's what did it say? I haven't seen any cupcakes.
He's got sprinkles all over his face. That's funny.
Yeah, Bibby. There it is. Bibby.
Yep. Yo, fan
Thank
bought
you.
the Mark. Yes. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I can give you. You need my address. Yo, fan.
Let's see. The number of PCGS graded flowing hair metals, 4.5%, are the privy metals. Ooh. The ABPP got some first. They got 10% right off the top, early. They had to pay a 5% premium, but they still got them early. That's wrong. We should have first crack at anything that comes out from the mint. That's my stand on it. And I know, Mr. Dennis D., you're probably out there watching. I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you. We should know who the ABPP are. And they shouldn't be getting the stuff early. They really shouldn't. That just doesn't seem fair to me. Why put the mint is always complaining about the secondary market, but then they give 10% off of all the good stuff to the secondary market right off the top. It makes no sense to me. Why complain about something that's you're doing? Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. They want to kill the secondary market for their products, but then they just dish it out to the secondary market. It's because they pay extra. That's why they
exactly
do it, they pay extra.
It's all about the green.
Yep. I had an Eisenhower 40% silver that was not in a set, and I added it to my book. Nice. Coin Stuff I Like thinks that over the next year or two, the flowing hair silver metal with the privy mark will drop to maybe $200 to $300 range. Just guessing. Ooh. Gold Aztec agrees. Let's see. Was looking at the Eisenhower sets, but not want to open them, but may later. Coin Stuff I Like. Awesome, Amy. Ikes are definitely coin stuff I like. Yes, they are. I think those pound coins are a little light. Not quite a pound, are they?
Well, mine's a 2 pound. The coin with the dove from Yelp Fan.
Yep.
It's a 2 pounder. I think it's because the dove was so fat. But it's a 2 pound coin.
Hump day. Gold Aztec saying Compton, not hump day. Vacation, 2 weeks off. Nice.
Yeah. I wondered why he said he was on his way home a while ago.
That's right. It's okay. A 2x4 is not really a 2x4. The wood you buy is 1 3/4 by 3 3/4, or 1.5 by 3.5, depending on where you get it and what type of board you get. So yeah, a 2x4 is not a 2x4. And a lot of people make that mistake, like when they're building something for the first time, they think, oh, that's a 2x4. Measure out 4 inches, measure out 16 inches on center. Let's get it. By the time they get to the end wall, they're off by about 3 inches. Then stuff's not square. Then you got to go back.
Yeah.
Got to remember that. I remember.
I had a mobile home at one time, and I made a frame to put a door under my, where I could go under the trailer through
Yeah.
the underpinning. My neighbor, I said something about going to the store to get the lumber that day and seeing if he wanted to go or if he needed anything. And he said, no, but I have some extra boards here, that, the longest one's like 4 foot, but, if you need some of those, oh, okay. I went and got them. They were 2 by 4.
Rough cut lumber.
Rough cut lumber from a mill, and they were oak.
Yep. Those are the 2 by 4s.
I had to drill every nail hole.
Yeah.
You could not drive a nail in that stuff. So I had to pre-drill all the holes to put the screws or nails into it because it was so hard.
The house we lived in was built with rough cut. The house we lived in was built with rough cut lumber, and the walls. You remember when they used to say sheetrock, or they still say sheetrock?
Yeah.
It was actually slate. You have to drill holes in it to hang stuff on the walls.
Right. I had a place in California that they said the walls were asbestos.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have thought they could have been out there at that time. It was in the late 70s. But you couldn't hardly drive a nail in them.
Yeah.
I tried to hang up a dartboard, and I could throw my darts and they'd hit the wall and bounce off and fall on the floor. They didn't even make a mark. if they hit a wall. But I had to drill the hole and put in one of those little plastic inserts, to put the screw in to be able to put up the dartboard, because and then I found out that they were probably asbestos walls, they said. So it,
good on the old lungs.
Bad enough. I've got asbestos walls. Now I'm drilling holes through
it. Let that dust fly.
Let it fly.
Let it fly. Amy, I've broken open nearly every Ike in original government packaging that I have. I'd rather have them all together in one set. The one that I tend to keep together now is the 76 silver uncirculated set. You know what? Do you know what? I know for a fact that coin stuff I like is not just saying that, because here is 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, and 78. Uncirculated sets with the Ikes cut out of them. That coin stuff I like sent us, and I went through a couple of them and separated. Well, he separated them out and cut the Ike out of it on both the Philadelphia and Denver, and we're going to use these to fill books with, to put in books. Haven't done a friend mail on a video on them yet, but it is coming. I'm trying to get Zoey back into doing videos with me. As you guys know, she doesn't feel the best all the time, and she really just can't do videos. It's just not in her. She can barely just sit on the computer and talk to her friends most of the day without getting up and moving around and stuff like that. So, but there are some videos that she's going to definitely make. I've been holding off on them, like stuff that was sent directly to her and not us, that she's going to do friend mail videos on. And of course, her birthday stuff she's going to do videos on, whether she likes it or not. She's going to do.
Yeah, she wanted to be here today.
She did, but she had a doctor's appointment. Yeah, good old doctor's appointments. At least 3 a week every week. That's a lot on a kid. Oh, I can let the cat out of the bag. I talked about last week about Zoe having an emergency echocardiogram. Well, I don't think I said it was an echocardiogram. But she went into the doctor and she told him she went to her heart doctor and was talking about how she was feeling and stuff like that. And they did an emergency echocardiogram, thinking something was going on with her heart. Preliminary, they thought something was wrong. After they did the echocardiogram, it came back fine. Very little problems with her heart at this time. Nothing major. So she did get a new medicine to help out with what's going on, but no major issues with her heart. Thank goodness. Little girl has enough problems as it is not to be adding anything else to it. But I told you guys she was doing a research study that ended, and they just got her in a new research study. Well, we were wondering about these research studies. We were, researching what they were doing before. Zoe's very involved in her health issues and what's in the treatments of her health issues. We've always, ever since Zoe was old enough to make up her own mind, 8, 9 years old, we started letting Zoe voice her opinion a little bit more and not making decisions for her. We make decisions with her. And I think that's very important. And that's very grown up of Zoe. We're letting Zoe have as much childhood as she can. And I think that is very important with a medically complex child. But I digress to get back to the research studies. The reason they want Zoe in these research studies, we found out, is because with Zoe's conditions that she has, all the conditions she has, and the way they interact with one another is very rare. And these doctors got together and started a research study to see if other people with multiple conditions are the same way. So what they told us is Zoe doesn't fit in a box. She doesn't fit in a textbook. With this condition doing this to this condition and this condition doing this to this condition. And the way they interact, you can't just go check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark on a list. It's check mark. Okay, let's write something in because it's different than this check mark. So she's very, very medically complex, and that's why it's hard to get a handle on what's going on. Like, they could be treating her dysautonomia, but the medication that they give her will do more damage to her cerebral palsy, or the medicine they give her for cerebral palsy will hurt her dysautonomia or her EDS, or it'll interact with what she's taking for something else. So like I said, she doesn't fit in a box, so it's really hard, and that's why she has so many problems. And it was hard to, for people to wrap their head around that. And then finally, they said, well, let's start a little research study and see if we can find some answers for other people that have some of the same conditions that she has. I'm not saying that they started it because of Zoey. No. They were already doing it. They just wanted Zoey in it because of her not being able to fit in a textbook. And that was their words. They said, she doesn't fit in a box. She doesn't fit in any of the textbooks. She's not in there. They'd have to write a new chapter. So, or a new section. I can't remember exactly the words they worded it in, but yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Miss Amy has an Ike book and Peace book and Franklin and Morgan. Nice. Those are nice sets to get going. Has the 76 sets. Miss Amy likes the 76 sets, as I do. SBA fan, good morning. Has anyone tried? Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Several. And they say information unavailable. Or one of them said information unavailable. One said covered by something, privacy law, and something else. And a couple of them just never came back. So, yes, they've tried to find out who those people are, and they can't. Some people know who some of them are. I mean, it's not hard to figure out. On the day of drop, because you can't sell anything that the mint puts out before the mint drops it on drop day. So on drop day, when you see all these people having these 70s and stuff like that, you can pretty much tell who some of them are. But they go from, the ABPP to third-party dealers. So it's hard to track down exactly where people are getting them from. But, yeah, they cover their tracks fairly well. Yep, they sure do sound like good albums to flip through and enjoy. That Amy has. Very nice. Last night at 9 p.m., the flowing hair was still available. It's always about the money. Right now, 230 Privy MS70s is at $4,000 on the secondary market. That is insane, says Mr. Robert Pintoff, member of the channel. Good morning, sir. Yes, slightly used Dansco books. That's where they're at, man.
Yep.
You find a used Dansco book Dansco books usually are not all that beat up because people put their coins in them and store them. So used Dansco books are, in my opinion, are just as good as new Dansco.
The coins come in and out very easily, so they're not torn up. You might get some boogered corners or something where they've been put them into shelves or something, but you can get some used ones in very good condition. And if you get on the internet and look carefully, you can actually find them on sale.
Oh yeah. Mr. Kevin sells used Dansco books.
Yes,
cheap. Less than half price most of the time. Less than half price you can get them new. And he only buys slightly used Dansco books. So he doesn't get, the stuff that's destroyed. Which, I've seen some Dansco books that have, they've been on and off the shelf quite a few times.
Yeah.
But like Zoey says, that's history, man. That's, somebody loved that set. Somebody looked at that set a lot. And you get a Dansco book that the corners are kind of, bare on the bottom of them. The binding is,
got a little
nice.
Little bend to them.
Yeah, nice and loose, not pop, 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 pop when you open it every time. I like those Dansco books.
Yeah.
I like, I mean, I'm old school though. I like, I don't grade coins. I just want one example of each coin that I'm collecting, unless it's a drummer boy or anything that says 1976 on it. Then I want them all.
Right.
But yeah, used Dansco books. That's just as good as a new one to me because I have the book and I can put my coins in it, whether they're bright and shiny, uncirculated condition coins, or like Zoe says, they have a lot of history on them. Mr. Shane Bailey, good morning. Good to see you. Yep. 1.5 by 3.5. That's the 2x4s today. Yep. Unless you get them from like some of these smaller town, like there's a hardware store up here. I got a couple, me and my brother got a couple 2x6s for some stuff he was building. And they were 1 3/4 by 5 3/4. They were only a quarter inch off.
Right.
Yeah. But yes, usually Mr. Bailey's right. 1.5 by 3.5 is a 2x4 from like Lowe's and Home Depot.
And you need to,
Like
if you're building something that takes some precision, you need to determine which one of those 2x4s you're getting.
Yeah.
Because, as you say, you can get in the middle of it and find out that you're going to come up a little short.
Yep. Mr. Eddie Worley, good morning, sir. Good to see you. Sanding Roundup. Mr. Jack Gallman from Marion, North Carolina. Hope everything's cleaning up well down there for you, sir. Let's see. Bassman saying hello to everybody. I like it. Happy birthday, Zoe. I love you. She loves you too, Compton. You know that. Thank you, sir. Zoe Strong. Absolutely. The red OGP 1976 Silver Unk set are among my favorites. Yep. Original government patching set, as Tiny often points out, are the only 40% quarter ever produced was the 1976 Drummer Boy in the 40% set. It's the only 40% quarter ever made. Let's see. 210 stacks. Good morning, sir. I would love to find a Dansco book that is for 1 ounce silver bars. That would be cool.
Ooh.
I don't know if they make them or not.
I've never heard of that.
That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, he does. Claims to be. I like that. Let's see. At Coin Stuff, I like whatever price Mike sells the flowing hair for is a good way to know what they aren't worth. That man. I mean, some of that stuff is just ridiculous.
So
you might as well go to you might as well go to Etsy and buy a 1993 Lincoln cent for $5,000 off of Etsy.
I know it. I hate that when I go to do a search for a coin or something and I get a bunch of Etsy.
That's bullcrap.
I said, who in the world is paying this? Surely nobody's buying them when right next to that picture is one that says, $1.50.
Right. Mr. Daniel from Coin Help You had to make a video that said you cannot buy $1 million coin off of Etsy for $17.
Mm-mm.
Who in the right mind would think that they could do that? I mean, I just can't sell for $1 million, so I'm just going to take $17 for it. Bullshit. Yeah. That ain't happening. It just ain't happening. Sorry.
Well, and if you're trying to find out, what a coin has been selling for, or what it's really worth, or anything like that. You know, you go out there and look it up, and then, you know, if you had to average in all the Etsy prices, people couldn't afford coin.
Right. We've said it 1,000 times. Best place to find, believe it or not, best place to find out what coins are actually going for on the open market is eBay. Not what they're asking for the coins, because some people ask for some ridiculous money on eBay too.
Right.
But what you do, if this is the eBay screen, right down this side, down on the bottom where all them little check marks are, down at the bottom, you have to scroll down a little bit, but it says sold and completed items. All you got to do is click sold, and it will click completed items at the same time. So you type in what coin you're looking for up here in the search bar. Let's say you're looking for a drummer boy, 1976 bicentennial quarter. It'll pop up all the drummer boys. Then you go down to the sold and click sold, and you will see the prices in green, that what the coin has actually sold for. Then take the highest, throw it out. Take the lowest, throw it out. Take everything in between and average it. That's your open market value right there. Some people won't agree with that, but it's worked time and time and time again for me, and several. And Mr. Kevin does it. A lot of dealers do it. It's one of the best ways to find open market price.
That's what if I'm deciding whether to buy a coin. I don't buy many coins at auctions, but if I'm trying to decide whether one is reasonable, that's where I go to get my information.
Mm-hmm. Me and Bassman tag teaming a lot of the times. I'll look in one place, he'll look in one place. We're good like that. We help each other out a lot like that. Like if we're looking for something for a thumbnail or something like that, like a certain picture, I'll search one way, Bassman will search another way. Like he'll search, let's just say we're looking for a rose. Bassman will type in rose. I'll type in rose flower or rosebud. Overpriced flower. That's what overpriced flower. What you have to get on your anniversary or when you've done something wrong. Flower. That's it. That's what it is. It's the rose. Or I'll look up, let's see, Bassman will look up rose. I'll look up meaning of rose colors. And then that way I'll get all the colors and I'll get what they're for, like yellow is true love and red is romance and this and that and this and that. But it's a very good way to do it. Get somebody to help you out and search different ways. I found out, like if you're doing a search on Google, the more vague, the better. Mm-hmm. Because you'll get a plethora of things that have to do with what you're doing. I wish Dansko made a San Francisco typeset book, no proofs. That would be cool. Yep, that would be a cool book. Great idea.
Yeah, I would. That would be my kind of book. I had to. I was looking for one for the quarters, the state quarters, and it had PD, proof, San Francisco, everything in it. And all I wanted was P&D because I just want to collect them too.
Right.
But yeah, it's because my poor book, it's hard to get a book full of something when you're collecting like that because of the high priced coins and things. Right. But then you've got a book that's half empty, you know, to look at, because it's got all those proof and S slots and, you know, whatever. So I was, you know, I generally just try to get, like you said, a type book that I can get P&D, and that's it. Hello, Scott S.
Have a good day, Miss Amy. Went inside Pinehurst Coin Monday morning. Tiny, it was not worth using eBay, I bet. It was a proof album for Silver State Quarters. I have a full set. Nice. Hey, everyone, just got Yo Fan has a proof album for Silver State Quarters. He has a full set. Like Bassman said, good morning, Scott S. Hey, everyone just got back from therapy. I hope they didn't work you too hard, sir. But of course, it's your shoulder, so they're going to work you hard.
They work you hard.
Yep. They work you hard. Absolutely.
Dude, my arm, my left shoulder surgery involved reconstruction, not just, you know, remove a little here or something. You know, this thing was major reconstruction. And I spent 6 weeks with my stomach. I mean, my arm strapped across my stomach. You know, instead of like a sling, I had a thing that went around me and it held my arm in place. When I got done, the first thing they say was they want you to learn to raise your arm.
Yeah.
You knock the wind out of yourself because your arm returns back to that position if you pull it out. And so they had me standing in a doorway trying to walk my fingers up the door frame to lift my arm. I told them they needed to get a door frame with little notches in it, you know, so I could get some grip on the door frame to help move it.
Tape a bird ladder to the thing.
Yeah, something to give you some traction there, because I could not get my arm to go up that. And they wanted me to do push-ups. And as soon as he said, you're going to do push-ups today, I looked at him like he was nuts. And but what they do is they make you lean on a counter, you know, and do, you know, so you're just at a slight angle.
Right.
Or you talk about when that guy told me I was going to do push-ups, I thought, oh my goodness, I can't even put my arm up into a push-up position.
Right.
He wants me to do push-ups with it. So I know how Scott S feels. It's very uncomfortable. But now I'll tell you this, it's very important that you get it, you know, done. And I got lucky because just before my surgery, I was in college. I had gone into the military and worked for a few years, and then was using my GI Bill to go to college. I had to have a PE type class. And so it was lifting weights. That's what I took. So I couldn't do all the weightlifting stuff that I needed to be doing, but at least I was in there where I could work on that arm strength and stuff.
Right.
And so I was working my arm out before the surgery so that whenever they did fix everything, you know, it was in a healthier condition. So that made it that much better. So I didn't have to start from being immobile for 2 or 3 years. That is an important PT to keep up with there, Scott. Get it. Hope you wish you the best, and I hope you get better quick.
Absolutely. Scott S says, help. I'm selling a 3-coin set on eBay. Each coin is an airtight, so all for free shipping. How can I send them where I don't have to pay $4 or $5? There is no way. Even if you use like pirate ship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you just wrap them up and put them down in one of these bubble mailers, and you got to remember postage just went up like last month, month before. It may not even be $4 or $5 now. It may be 5 or 6. So there is no. And I found this out from the post office. People always say like UPS is cheaper than USPS. Can't be. They can't send anything cheaper than what the post office does. And I was like, what? They're always cheaper. She said, okay, take this package to UPS, see what it is. I had a remote control truck that I had sold about 3 years ago. And she put it on her scale and, she measured it out and she gave me a price. It was $35. I said, well, maybe I'll take it to UPS and see if I can get a better deal on it. Then that's when she told me they're not supposed to be able to sell. They're not supposed to be able to ship anything any less than what the United States Post Office can. I was like, well, that doesn't seem quite right. And she goes, take it to UPS and see. It was $38 at UPS. It was $35 at the post office. And I told the guy we were doing, the guy that I was doing eBay for at the time, and he's like, well, just start sending everything through the post office then.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, go ahead.
How much are those boxes from the post office? But one price for anything you can get in it up to certain weight.
Them priority boxes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about as cheap as you're going to get them through there, I think.
Right. They say if it fits, it ships. That's what they used to say.
Yeah.
Now they're saying up to 70 pounds.
Yeah.
Because people were testing that out and they were getting like those large priority boxes and they were sending lead in them.
Yeah.
Just to be idiots.
But they're probably one of the cheaper ways. And I noticed that, he was talking about could they not get them not to put them through the machine to cancel them. See, that machine would protect it.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get a coin through the mail like I did that was shipped in a 6-inch, whatever envelope.
Yeah.
Just loose in there. So
yeah. He bought a coin from an auction and got it in a 2x2 flip that was just put in an envelope and sent.
It wasn't in a flip.
It wasn't?
No, I think it was just the loose coin rolling around in there. And I looked at the coin very closely, but I could not see where the machine had, damaged it any. But It could have been easily, because it was one of those envelopes where it put the stamp at the top and the barcode across the bottom. And it was just one of the little mailing envelopes. It wasn't wasn't even a legal size or anything. It's just one of the little ones.
Right. Scott S., you could put them in a card and tell them not to run it through the machine. Yep. Mm-hmm. You could, and put them in a card, tape them to the inside of the card. And but remember, the envelope can't be so thick. It's got to fit through that thing that they've got there sitting on the counter. And they'll actually try to run it through that thing. And if it doesn't fit through that slot, they'll charge you the same price as a small package.
Right.
Now, with that being said, you can send them in a card, and it will be a little bit more. I think it'll be like $2 and something, $3 or something if it's between a certain weight. So yeah, you charge $3.89 for the 3 coins. I'm not paying $4 to ship. Absolutely not. I would not. Next time, please charge shipping. I mean, if you're willing to take, if you're willing to take a beat of $1, charge $3 for it. Charge $3 shipping on $3.89.
Right.
It's like I've noticed, even like Lincoln cents. You pay 20, 30 cents for a Lincoln cent that you need for a book. They're still going to charge you $1 shipping. They're going to put it in a plain white envelope, but they're going to put no machine.
Hand stamp, yeah.
Right.
Hand cancel.
Yep, hand cancel. They're going to put no machine on it, which is okay because they treat it like a package then. They don't treat it like an envelope. They don't run it through that machine that sends it all over hell and back to put that little stupid barcode on the bottom of it.
Well, we had been an hour or more.
Oh, wow. That's what I'm wondering, if it'll fit in that thing with airtights on the coins. Yep. Well, airtights, I mean, they're not that thick. It may fit through that little hole. I remember back in the day when I was working at that machine shop building race car engines. I used to send you're not supposed to, but I used to send stacks of money through the mail, and $1,000 in 50s would fit through that hole. So, yep. Yes. Good morning, JJ. Order limit is off the flowing hair right now. If you're going to get one, get it, because they won't be there for long, guaranteed. Mr. John Jacobs, PO is getting worse about bulky paper envelopes. Yes, they are. Zoey Strong, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, fan, thank you for that. Depends on the airtights. Sure does. Yep. Like, now yeah, that's right. I mean, you can see the difference between a quarter and $1. Quarter's definitely smaller. This will definitely fit through that slot. This is close, but this will definitely fit. I mean, depends on the set that you're sending.
But as he said, anything that fits through that crazy slot, they have a tendency to just put it through the machine. And if it doesn't damage the coin, it could crush the airtights.
Right.
Sure, because I worked on postage equipment, and there ain't a big gap between that.
Yep. That's why everybody's got it. They've got that white envelope with a coin, and you can see the coin outlines on the outside of it, because they run it through that daggone machine, and it just mashes that envelope flat.
And like I said, that I don't know for a fact that's it, but I would say that box, that pre-ship box thing, is probably your best bet. You're talking $5 or something, whatever it is.
They're on Remind Me now. That fast. 2 minutes, something like that, Scott has said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So I knew it wasn't going to be long. Well, it's not nice, but, people hoping for that privy and autograph. I hope a couple people in here I hope everybody that wants one gets one. It's not going to happen. But I hope somebody in here gets one. I want to see an email. Somebody please send me an email. I know Bassman, I want to see it. Mr. Kevin, I want to see it. Please send us some pictures of your privy and the autograph. I'd love to see that. Thank you if somebody does that. Now the influx of returns on the non-privies by the thousands.
Yeah, really.
That's funny.
It looks like people could sell them at a profit,
Right.
even
Even if
without
they
the
don't get the
privy.
privy. Right.
But I think you're right. They're going to be returned.
Yep. Want to pack the coins up? Yep. Smart man. In a card and take it to the post office and see if they fit. Yep. Send them a nice little thank you card. That'd be cool. People appreciate that.
Yeah.
All righty, Bass Man. We're 5 minutes over. Let's get out of here, brother.
Okay. Now, once again, we are having a coin search tonight. And I'm going to post the little thing there. There you go. So that's where you go to see it. And we've got the coins. Half of them are mine, half are Tiny's, but I still say it's probably rigged. But come watch. We'll have a good time for an hour and chat and see how it goes. So I'll see y'all tonight, 6 o'clock. Until then, I'm wishing I was fishing. Bye.
Yep. In case you folks don't know exactly what dueling scopes is, see how me and Bass Man, he's over here and I'm right here. Tonight, it will look like this, and this side will be my microscope. That side will be Bass Man's microscope, and we will be looking at coins under the microscope and checking it out. So you guys come back tonight, like Bass Man said, 6 p.m. Eastern time, right here on our channel. I love each and every one of you, and I hope this finds you guys safe and healthy. And you guys don't forget to check that pocket change, because you never know what you got in your pocket until you look.